I ended up calling Berkeley's county clerk, who transferred me to somebody named Roberto. Here's the Community Health Commission's webpage. And there is the name of the person I talked to, Roberto Terrones. And he told me what happened. They didn't vote on the measure last night. What happened is that some members of the City Council's Community Health Commission apparently got skeptical and they got scared and they said that more research needed to be done on psychedelics or the effect that decriminalizing them in Berkeley would have before they were even willing to vote on it. So they did not vote yes, they did not vote no. They voted to create a subcommittee to do more research and to discuss the issue of decriminalizing psychedelics more at future meetings. I woke up this morning wondering if the city of Berkeley, California's Community Health Commission had voted yes or no on decriminalizing natural psychedelics or entheogenic plants as they were calling them. Because if they had voted yes, as I thought they were going to do, then it would have gone back to the Berkeley City Council for a final vote, and then they would have been decriminalized there. But when I woke up this morning, I was unable to find any report anywhere online about the results of this meeting. I ended up calling Berkeley's county clerk, who transferred me to somebody named Roberto. I think he was on the Community Health Commission. And I was right. Here's the Community Health Commission's webpage. And there is the name of the person I talked to, Roberto Terrones. And he told me what happened. They didn't vote on the measure last night. What happened is that some members of the City Council's Community Health Commission apparently got skeptical and they got scared and they said that more research needed to be done on psychedelics or the effect that decriminalizing them in Berkeley would have before they were even willing to vote on it. So they did not vote yes, they did not vote no. They voted to create a subcommittee to do more research and to discuss the issue of decriminalizing psychedelics more at future meetings. Which is very sad and not what I expected, because when the Oakland City Council's Public Health and Safety Commission had a meeting where they were discussing passing the same law, they voted yes unanimously. And I also feel that if I had been there at this Community Health Commission meeting in Berkeley, that I could have showed them this picture of my face that I showed to the Oakland City Council when I explained to them that it doesn't matter how dangerous the drugs are that they're trying to decriminalize or how safe the drugs are that they're trying to decriminalize, because the biggest danger to a person using any drug is that the police will find them with it and do something like this to them or worse. I think that when I showed this picture to the Oakland City Council and explained to them that they weren't decriminalizing drugs or nature or entheogens or whatever anyone wants to call them, but in fact decriminalizing human beings, because the human beings and not the drugs were what was criminalized. I'm sorry, I'm not very familiar with the government of Oakland. What is your name? I'm talking to the man who said that he wanted more research done and wanted to make sure that psychedelics were given to the public in a way where they would be safe, or he wanted to make sure they were released carefully or used carefully. I'm not exactly sure what you said, but because of your statement, I'm not sure, can I be heard? Because of your statement, I would like to show you a picture of my face after I took 5 hits of LSD in 2011. Now I realize LSD is not on your list of the drugs you're decriminalizing, but it is actually safer than a lot of the natural drugs you are decriminalizing when you say you are decriminalizing drugs or decriminalizing nature. So I'd like to show you a picture of my face. This was my face after taking 5 hits of LSD. Of course, I didn't do this to my face, and the LSD didn't do this to my face, but police did this to my face. So the only thing that's making psychedelic use dangerous is what the government is doing, what people like you are doing. Not drugs. You're not decriminalizing nature. You're decriminalizing human beings. I think that when I explained that to the Oakland City Council, the one skeptic changed his opinion, and I think it would have passed anyway, but it would have passed with one person voting no and the rest of them voting yes. But after I showed them the picture of my face, after the police beat me up for 5 hits of LSD and explained to them that the concept of needing to do more research was absurd because the biggest danger to people using the psychedelics was the police and the government, basically them, I think that one guy, the skeptic, changed his vote because I think he realized that what I said was right. And that is why I am very, very, very sad to tell everybody that Berkeley decided that more research needed to be done, which is what the skeptical guy in Oakland was saying when he was probably going to vote no before he changed his mind and voted yes. And on a side note, I also think it's a little bit odd that Berkeley, California, that's traditionally been a hippie city, didn't immediately vote yes to decriminalize psychedelics, but Oakland, California, that a lot of people consider to be a ghetto city, immediately voted yes. And on another side note, I recently read an article suggesting that police officers who have committed misconduct should not be able to just become police officers in a different city from where they committed the misconduct. This is the article of which I speak, published on The Mercury News on November 14th, 2019, and it is called Time to Consider Revoking Badges of Problem Officers. So I would like to mention that the police officer who beat me up, who was a police officer in Petaluma, California at the time, later went on to sick his dog on and beat up some elderly people. The city of Petaluma paid them $1 million settlement, and if anybody is wondering, they paid me nothing for doing this to me, because when I tried to sue him, which I did in federal court, I admitted that I had had LSD, because I did, and they dismissed my case. Apparently, it's all right, according to the federal courts, for the police to beat you up and make you look like this or worse if you have a little bit of LSD. So, the elderly people he beat up and sicked his dog on got $1 million settlement, and I got nothing. And honestly, who knows how many other people this crooked cop beat up who didn't get a lawyer, didn't file a lawsuit. He probably beat up like hundreds of people and got away with it for every person he got in trouble for beating up. He eventually stopped being a police officer in Petaluma, and now he's a police officer in Santa Rosa, California. I'll show you his picture in a minute. And if you live in Santa Rosa or you're traveling through Santa Rosa and this police officer pulls you over, please do me a favor. Please immediately say, "Aren't you the cop that beat up Adrienne Floreen and also sicked your dog on some elderly people?" Okay, people, that would make my day. If somebody gets pulled over by the same police officer that beat me up and says that to him before they even like give him their license and registration or tell him their name or something, that would really make my day. Please get a video of it if you do it. I would love to see his reaction. Anyway, people, I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, but that's what I do. I break the news. And I will be doing my absolute best to figure out a way to get down to Berkeley, California for the next city council meeting or community health commission meeting or whatever meeting it's going to be, where they'll be discussing decriminalizing psychedelics more and possibly voting on it, because I would like to show them this picture of my face and explain to them that they're not going to be decriminalizing drugs. They're going to be decriminalizing human beings. And with that said, I am going to end this video and ask you, as always, to like this video, share this video, especially with people who live in Berkeley and Santa Rosa, California. Watch my other videos, subscribe to my channel, and if you would like to help me out to make more videos or help me out to be able to go to city council meetings in places like Berkeley, please donate money to me on Patreon and other sites. Bye, people. So, here is the officer that beat me up. Here is a picture of him from a post made by the Petaluma Police Department sharing the sad news that the dog he sicked on somebody had died. They called him a former Petaluma police officer who was now proudly serving as a police officer in Santa Rosa. So this is the post I saw when I Googled this police officer a few months ago that led me to tell the Oakland City Council and say in several of my videos that he was now a police officer in Santa Rosa. So I have some bad news, and I would also like to tell you that something else that I said in this video was incorrect. I was mistaken. It was a $500,000 settlement, not $1 million settlement, that the city of Petaluma paid to somebody that this police officer sicked his now deceased police dog on. And here is the bad news. On July 29th of this year, Jason Jucatan was rehired by the Petaluma Police Department, and he is now a police officer in Petaluma again. So, please share this video with somebody in Petaluma, which, by the way, is on Decriminalized Nature's recently published list of the cities and counties in California trying to decriminalize nature. So please share this video with somebody in Petaluma and Santa Rosa, which is also on the list. Let's get nature decriminalized in the cities where the police officer who beat me nearly to death for 5 hits of LSD used to work and is now working. Bye, people. Please share this video.